TraderJud here, back with you with another weekly Forex Outlook video. I do apologize, this is a day later than normal. I was out of town unexpectedly yesterday. Could not get it back in time to record it last night, so I am uploading this a day later than normal. So I apologize for that, and also I apologize for not getting out the word that I recorded and posted the weekly Forex Outlook video last week. I just had a lapse of brain function, I guess. I recorded it, I uploaded it, and then I managed to not post it anywhere. So if you're not subscribed and you're not following me on any social media platform or on Telegram, then you probably had no idea that I even posted one last week. But I did post one last week. It was on Sunday, just like normal. That's a good reason to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started looking at EUR USD. We can see that USD pairs had a lot of movement on Thursday last week. So we can see it respected the level. We saw the double top last week plummeted down into this bottom zone, and that's where we're currently sitting at. You can see a couple possible outlooks, maybe a retest on this trend line. If it does drop below this zone and this bottom trend line, then we'll be looking for it to continue down. That does seem like it's pretty likely with all of this bearish momentum right here, these large bearish candlesticks. I would not be surprised to see that continue down. Looking at USD JPY, we can see price pushed up, retested this this horizontal line up here. You can see I have a couple of trend lines, or a few trend lines I should say, drawn. All of these trend lines are relevant. Some of them more significant than others, I guess you should or could say. We also still have the 110 that's currently active. We saw the break and the retest of that last week before reaching the high. And so now we're just waiting to see if we're going to get a break of this trend line down to this trend line, or maybe just see a retest of the 110, something along that line. If we do get a break above this top trend line and or this top horizontal line, then we'll be retesting previous market structure, possibly pushing up to a higher high. Moving on to gold. Gold has a very similar look to EU last week. We can see this crab pattern does complete, and it has almost completed as of right now. There is the 1275 level that has not been tested yet. However, I would not be surprised to see some sort of wick of the 1275 level before pushing upward. I do expect this to continue bearish until it completes the pattern, though. Even though we are getting a little bit of bullish momentum right now, these bearish candlesticks are too strong for buyers to push up right now. Looking at EUR AUD, we can see the bat pattern that completed at the end of not last week, but the week before last. And as of right now, I just drew this chart out, and we can already see that this trend line has been broken. So now we'll be looking for a retest of this trend line, potentially. If not, we'll be looking for it to rocket up and test this 1.57954 horizontal line, which is conveniently the B point. This retracement does complete here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and throw Fibonacci retracement and see where exactly we're at right now. So we're now just breaking through the 0.5. I would not be surprised to see the 61.8 being tested before continuing downward on EA. Next up is GBP NZD. We have this period of consolidation right here. It's I don't like to trade stuff that looks like this. I like to trade more of this style where you see large trend moves, and this is just all consolidation. So the chart is rather ugly, if you ask me. This is not something that I would normally trade, but to stay consistent, I am going to chart it up anyways. I have a few horizontal lines. These lines acting as the consolidation zone, ceiling and floor. One trend line above price, one trend line below price, and the arrows showing potentially where we could see price going. This bottom trend, or this bottom horizontal line is significant, so I would not be surprised if we maybe saw one more retracement down here. However, like I said, I'm not really big on trading consolidation areas. I more so wait for breakouts of consolidation and then trade in the direction that it breaks out in. AUD USD is up next. We can see that I have one horizontal line drawn here that is currently being broken. We'll see if that holds. There is still an hour and 15 minutes as of the time that I'm recording this, so this is something to watch out for. We can see, much like gold and EU, AU pushed down last week as well. We had a lot of bearish movement. We do have a break of structure now officially. When I was making this chart, it had not broken yet, but we do have a break of structure to the downside. Well, I guess a continuation of structure, if nothing else, to the downside. Major market structure, that is. So I would not be surprised to see some sort of retracement before continuing downward, but I am bearish on this long term. Looking at GBP USD up next. GBP USD, much like EU, gold, and AU, we did have significant movement downward. It doesn't look nearly as significant on this chart, but you got to remember GBP pairs are more sporadic, so their candlesticks are more significant than some of these other pairs. With this, it looks like we have this double bottom right here, clear rejection of the double bottom, so I would not be surprised to see some bullish momentum come out of this, possibly retesting this trend line before continuing bearish. If not, if we do get a break and a retest of this trend line, then I would be comfortable buying up to these levels that are clearly outlined. EJ is up next. Looking at EJ, much like the other USD pairs, this is very reminiscent of EU, even though this is not a USD pair. We have this massive bearish movement, which is why with this other JPY pairs, this is why you don't have such significant movement downward on UJ, because because EU, gold, AU, all of them went bearish. UJ did go bullish, but all of the other JPY pairs went bearish. So we don't see as much of a significant movement upward on UJ as you would be expecting, and that's the reason why. So this is a pretty simple chart. All we're looking for is either a break and a retest of the trend line and or this horizontal line right here that has been respected. If we do see bullish momentum, we've got two zones clearly defined, and then this trend line up above where price is. So we have a couple of options as to where price could go, not only up but down. We're just waiting for price action to tell us where to go. And finally, UCAD. UCAD has this butterfly pattern that has almost completed. It is slightly above where price is. You can see all of the bullish momentum at the end of last week that just propelled price upward, which was kind of to be expected when you see all of these higher lows. Even though we're not seeing higher highs right here, we see this the ceiling right here that was being failed to be broken, but we see all these higher lows. That's a good sign that we should be expecting some bullish movement in the future. So we finally got that breakout, and it just continued upward. No retest, no nothing, just continued upward. I would not be surprised once this pattern completes if we do see a retest of this level right here, which I can define more clearly. If we see a retest of that, where all of these rejections were at, something like that. But I do think that this pattern will complete before we see any sort of retracement on that. And that's what I have this week. Again, I do apologize for being a day later than normal. Let me know if you want me to do any other videos. I've been toying around with this idea of doing more than one Forex Outlook video a week. If that's something that you guys would be interested in, definitely let me know. I want this channel to grow, and I want it to continue, and I've been consistently posting videos on Sundays, even though today was on a Monday. But every week I post that same Forex Outlook video on Sundays. If you guys would be interested in more often or other content, just let me know. I've not done the Indicator 101 video yet, and the reason for that is because I haven't had a lot of excitement over that. And so I'm not going to put something out that people genuinely don't want to watch. So if it is something that you want to see, please leave a comment in the comment section down below, or shoot me a message on Telegram, and I'll be happy to upload it. That's the biggest reason why I haven't done it yet, is just because people haven't seemed interested in that. And I thought that there was going to be a large interest there. So, again, shoot me a message on Telegram if you have any questions or any recommendations on stuff that you would like to see in the future. If not, have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys this coming weekend.